Hi, welcome to Mountain Hawaii. So if you are watching this, maybe you are an insomniac just like me and you can't sleep. There is a lot going on. You can't make this stuff up. So far in the last week, Hawaii, of course, as you know, is increasing with our coronavirus. And then, I still have my sheet. Sorry, it's my air purifier. My husband and I both have allergies, so it helps a lot with our allergies. Anyways, this is just so people can see how to make a really quick cut card using the Cricut Joy. So this is, I'm going to start making thank you cards. Everyone is working really hard lately. So I just want to be able to show people that I appreciate them and their hard work. I did make a yoga strap for our administrative assistant, and so I'm also going to make a card to go with it. Hopefully also make it for some of my coworkers who are working really hard in the hospital during all of this. Usually I just make it on my computer, but since I'm going to show you, here we're going to open up my iPhone, so you can do it from an iPhone, a computer, an iPad. I just wrote thank you and card, and this is what the selection popped up. I'm going to choose this one. I already have kind of the card insert, the set. You can make your own. I bought a bunch that came with the HSN bundle. And now we're going to go here and it shows you what it's going to look like and all the materials you need. Then we're just going to click make it. Okay, shows you how to do it. And then we're going to say canvas. Obviously I should have figured out what I was doing first. Let's go back. Again, I want to make this card. Make this card. And this is not what I wanted. Canvas. I think I have to click new. That's the problem. Canvas. Profile. Oh, and my machine selection. So I want to choose the maker. Machine. Switch over to the Joy. Make sure. And then I want to do. Now let's see if it'll make it. There we go. And it says you can choose on a card mat or not. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I'm gonna just change what you're seeing. So you can see here, there's our machine. It's all set up. This is my iPhone. You can see that. So in Hawaii today, we also had a potential tsunami lookout because there was a 7.5 earthquake that occurred. Luckily, we did not have an earthquake. Thank goodness. We did not have a tsunami. Thank goodness. In addition to everything else. I don't know if you guys knew, but the other day there was also a tornado warning for Kauai. We get them once in a while on Kauai. Usually they're ocean spouts. They're not too often where they actually touch down, but they do once in a while. So you can see I've already used the mat. It looks like it's cutting kind of deep into it. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. I'm hoping that it's supposed to do all of that. What you want to do is put it in. This is the card mat. You take off the plastic, put it in. And we're not mirroring. And this is all we're going to do. And we're going to say, so it says, thank you floral card. And we'll say, material size, project copy 1. And let's continue. I'm going to hook up to my Joy. I did ruin one card because I didn't make sure it was stuck on well. So I'm going to make sure that it's stuck on well. And right now it's connecting to my machine. I'm just waiting for it to connect. I'm going to say insert card, card stuck. So this is my insert card. Make sure that it says the first thing you want to load is your black pen. It's going to take that out. Put this on the side. And then it says load the black pen. So you're supposed to just drop it in there. Close the clamp. Okay. And then it's supposed to automatically load. But you're starting off with the pen. So I'm going to put it in. It goes in and straightens out your material for you. And then it'll say tap go. Black pen is in. And it's going to go. So the best thing about this is if your kid comes home and is like, oh my gosh, Mom, I forgot I need a card for this and this thing, you can make it pretty quickly. And so this is, again, a thank you card. And it's drawing our thing right now. So some questions that I've had in the past couple days. One big question is about hydroxychloroquine being used as a treatment for COVID-19. It's actually an anti-malarial drug. It's also used in certain autoimmune disorders like SLE. It is only being used for people who are severely ill. Don't think that taking this is going to prevent you from getting the disease. It's not going to prevent you from getting a severe disease, but hopefully it'll actually just treat you if you do have severe disease. So don't think about running out and getting it and that it'll prevent you from getting COVID. Again, this is just for treatment. Are steroids and ibuprofen bad? Oh, now it's telling me to load the fine point blades. Take out my pen, cap it, and then we're going to put that in and click go. So this is my list of questions that people have been asking. So what's bad for it? There is some good evidence suggesting that steroids are bad because it decreases your immune system and it makes you more susceptible to disease. We already talked about being immunocompromised and how that can definitely increase your risk of getting it. So kind of along those lines, people who are on chronic steroids can have a worse reaction and are more predisposed. Steroids themselves are not being used as treatment for COVID because of this. They have shown a little bit that ibuprofen maybe can also be bad for this COVID-19. So we are recommending, again, as healthcare providers, that we not give people ibuprofen. We are recommending Tylenol instead. Oh, and that is it. Looks like we are done. So definitely use Tylenol if you think you might have been gotten infected with COVID-19. If your symptoms are mild, you're in a low risk bracket. Okay, now you can see this is that card insert. Just gonna take that off. And everything it cut out should be left behind, although there's this one piece here. And that is your card. And you just stick your insert inside so the color can show through. And oh my gosh, and we're done. This is it. Super cute, super quick card. Thank you. Okay, so that was this card. Some other questions people have been asking, definitely about how do you prevent from getting it. It's pretty much common sense by now. Most people already know this, but washing your hands has been shown to be the most effective. Definitely social distancing, so at least 6 feet apart from people, anyone who could potentially be sick, which is why we are doing social distancing. Don't touch your face. Make sure you wash your hands regularly and often. The biggest symptoms you see with this, of course, are fever, cough, and shortness of breath, but there are a lot of people who are without symptoms. We call them asymptomatic carriers of the disease, which is again why we're doing social distancing. The incubation period is 2 to 14 days. So what that means is after you get exposed, it could take 2 to 14 days for the actual symptoms to show up. So that means during that time, though, before you start showing symptoms, or like some people never showing symptoms, you are still contagious again. The best mask, if you're going to be around someone who maybe has COVID, of course, is an N95. There's a lot of people sewing masks, and I think that's great. Very grateful for it. It does not actually adequately protect you from the virus. A regular cloth mask will let through 97%, 96 to 97% of all pathogens right through the fabric. If you have a surgical mask, it actually protects you a little bit better, and it'll prevent 56% of pathogens getting through. But the reason the CDC said a cloth mask or a bandana is because I believe the situation is that bad in some places where they don't have proper personal protective equipment and gear. I am actually very lucky and happy to say that my hospital seems to have adequate personal protective equipment, so PPE, for all the providers at this time. Again, this is maybe a long haul as far as the disease, though, so who knows? Let's see, what other questions that people have? Community spread. Why was that so important? Why was the state of Hawaii so focused on that? We were really focused on whether or not we were having community spread because it made a difference as far as whether we were getting person-to-person transmission within the community, or were people getting coronavirus and thus COVID-19 and bringing it into the state. Up until just last week, we were just saying that it was just coming in from elsewhere. So obviously we have a lot of tourists who come to Hawaii, and so for a long time they were saying most of our cases were coming in from outside of Hawaii. We now know that is not the case, and there are numerous cases at this time of people who have not traveled out of the state at all. So that is why they're saying community spread, and that is why, of course, they have ramped up what we're doing as far as social isolation, staying home, preventing spread and transmission of this disease. A lot of people are worried because they're hearing stories of people who are younger getting sick, needing ventilators, which is true, that does happen. Still, the overwhelming majority of people who get really sick and who die from this are older, or they have other pre-existing conditions. Does that mean that's everybody? No. but most people, and again, so we're trying to protect a large percentage of the population who is older, sick, or immunocompromised. At the same time, it still is a pretty nasty illness. Will most people get it and be fine? Yes, but it's not going to be comfortable. It is a virus still. Um, Anyways, I think I answered most of the questions I've been getting, but if not, please. Most people have been messaging me privately, either on Instagram or Facebook. Um, Please let me know if you have questions or concerns. You can just leave them in the comments below. I did want to tell everybody about this really cool symptom tracker. So you can actually look on the link below. It's actually a website that you can go to and you can actually check your risk for COVID-19, and it's based on CDC guidelines and clinical practice. They factor in all these things like how severe your illness is, your risk factors like age, and if you have any medical conditions that were pre existing, and it'll let you know what your risk is. Um, Again, let me know if you guys have other questions. I am going to be stress crafting, making a little bit more cards, but as you saw, it's actually super easy with my new machine. Hope you guys have stuff that brings you joy and something you can do to do a little bit of stress relief during this time. Okay, thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye.